Hi guys, welcome back. I'm sorry it's been such a long time since I've uploaded a video. I think it's about a month, maybe 5 weeks or something. I got sick in the beginning of February and we've had this really nasty flu going around, so I got it and I was in bed sick for 2 weeks with everything. Fever, going to the bathroom, throwing up, everything. This might be more than you want to know, but I was in bed for 2 weeks, and then after that I was still coughing and my voice was all weird. And I actually tried a week ago to maybe sit down and try and record a video, but my voice was just still too scratched up and I kept coughing the whole time. So here we are 5 weeks later and I want to give you a budget update. In the beginning of the year, I mentioned that I want to do a budget update video for you guys every 2 months or so. And because I've been sick, what I'm about to walk you through is not pretty. I honestly feel like our budget for January and February have been a struggle. I've not been doing well with keeping up with it, and also because I was just kind of taken out of the whole thing for about a month, which is visible on our budget. So what I want to do is to walk you through the categories where we've either underspent or overspent, and then we'll take it from there. Going into a lot of deep numbers does not really make sense because I'm in Europe, in Scandinavia, just with the exchange rate and what things cost to buy and cost of living, it doesn't necessarily make a lot of sense for me to share the exact numbers. So I just want to do like percentages and stuff like that. So I hope it makes sense to you and I hope you can still get something out of it. Okay, January, transportation, which includes gas, most things for our car, public transportation, taxis, parking, all that kind of stuff. I threw all that in one pile and we went over by 15% in January. Part of that is we took a cab 3 times, and taxis in Denmark are very expensive. They probably are other places too. This winter has been incredibly cold, so there's just been a few times where we've needed to take a taxi. And then we've done a lot of parking. I don't think we've been very good at actually finding the public, cheaper parking places, so a lot of the places where we've parked have been expensive. So we've been over in this category. Our food category has actually been under, which is a big win. But then our takeaway that we use for like family food when we don't have the energy for cooking and when you're just in a rush, that has been over. Not that much, and in total we still came in under budget, which is my win for January. I'm taking that with me. Morten's pocket money, he actually did manage to spend double his budget, which I don't really know how that happened. And for Max's budget, that's almost all me. And I went 50% over in this category, which is a lot. When I look through the numbers, I can see that we needed a new baby harness thing for him to sleep in his baby carriage. He takes naps in that and he sleeps outside. And we needed a new one for him that was bigger because he'd grown out of the little one, so he couldn't fit in there. Morten just went online and he bought it, and I'm really grateful because that fixed the problem. But I probably could have spent half that money if I had spent the time looking for it and gotten it used. I'm pretty sure he did do a quick search for it used in the area, but he couldn't find any, so he purchased it. And it just goes to show that when you rush things and you find that you have a need really fast and you need something now, then you'll usually end up spending more money on it. If I had taken the time, found it used, then we would have been in right on budget. I didn't, and I just have to learn that lesson. The rest of January really isn't that interesting. It's all on budget or just slightly under. So I'm moving on to February. Again, transportation. There's a clear theme here. Are you ready? We went over by 50%. That's a lot. We had to put fuel in our car 4 times where we usually can do with only 2. So because I was sick, Morten was driving and visiting family, bringing Max a lot more because they wanted to get out of the house. So that is a big part in upping our budget. In Denmark, it cost us about $80 or just under 70 euros to put a full tank of fuel in our car. So having to fuel up 2 extra times can really blow through your budget. In this category, however, there's also some really exciting news, is that we saved up to buy a new car. The other one was really getting on our nerves. We had to put so much into repairs, there was rust on it, and the lights stopped working. When we would lock it, it wouldn't turn off the lights, and that just increased and increased and increased. So we really needed to go out and get a new car. We saved up the money for it the past 2 years and we knew it was coming, so it didn't blow our budget. But Morten just recently put a whole tank of fuel in the old car, and then he went car shopping, and then he traded it in and got the new car. So he kind of gave away a whole tank of fuel, and then he got a new car with only a little bit of fuel in, and he had to fill that up as well. So that obviously affected our transportation budget a lot that month. I also have this travel card that we use in our Danish public transportation. It got topped up, and I need to lower that amount because it puts too much money in there every time. I don't remember why I did that. I think it was so I would have enough on there to go to Copenhagen. I don't do that a lot, and we have the car, so I need to lower that amount because it's quite a lot. Moving into food. Now, food and groceries was actually a lot under budget. But keep in mind, I was sick and out for 2 weeks and still recovering for 2 weeks after that. So we ordered a lot of takeaway. We went over our takeaway budget 3 times. This is kind of embarrassing, but it's also funny because you can really tell that life just happens. It's not the end of the world when I add up the takeaway and the food, which is always what I do. I just like to see the numbers separately, but when I add it all up, we are still significantly under budget, so that's a good thing. And I'm actually thinking to maybe lower the food category a little bit, because I think I can do that. But once my numbers from March comes in, then I'll have a better idea if I can do that, so maybe. But for this month, even though we did go over a lot in takeaway, the whole food category is still a big win. So I'm taking my wins where I can. In February, Morten did go over his budget again, so we might have to think about maybe putting some more money in there because he's not a big spender. It's just the budget might be a little too low. And Max's budget this month came in right under budget. Yay! The good thing about having 2 kind of disastrous months in a row is that it can almost only get better, right? And I've gotten in a really good habit now of checking the account. I try to do it every week right now because I really want to keep an eye on it and see where everything moves. Being sick this past month has not been easy, and I'm finding that in general, I just need kind of a break. Having a small kid, he's under 2, is very demanding, and I know that every one of you guys out there who have kids, you know that it's really tough. And I don't know if it's the winter weather too, that I just need some more sun and some more light. But in general, I feel like I really need a little bit of a break where I can just focus on my family, that we're all functioning and we're all thriving, and giving myself a little space. Because being a mom right now, I feel like I am always on. I never have a break. And that's part of life, but I just need to make adjustments. So I might not have a lot more videos coming out the next month. We have Easter coming up, and I know that I'm gonna be busy with family stuff. After Easter, there's a big strike going on for all the daycares in Denmark. So that's probably gonna take a lot of time because then Max can't go to daycare and he'll be home, and then I'll have even less time. Probably my next video is gonna be the next budget video, and I'm hoping to have that out in the beginning of May. I am going to London for the weekend with a really good friend. We went to boarding school together. I don't think she's been in any other videos, but yeah, we've known each other for 17 years or so, and I cannot wait to have some quality time with her. And I'll bring the camera along and I'll vlog that whole trip. That will be posted on One Girl, One Suitcase. I'll leave the link to the channel up in the cards and on the end screen if you want to check it out. Also, if you follow One Girl, One Suitcase on Instagram, then you'll get a lot more of an updated look into what we're actually up to right now. So if you want to keep more in touch, please head over there and subscribe over there as well. Until next time, I really hope you have a great Easter if you celebrate that, and I can't wait to give you the next update, which I hope will be a lot better. Okay, bye!